At this time, Claire, Charlie and Jacob had just had lunch at home. When Charlie went to the kitchen to clean up his dishes as usual, he suddenly received a call from Jovia. As soon as the call was connected, Jovia answered shamefully, "Mr. Wade, what are you doing?" "At home." Charlie said lightly and asked, "What's the matter?" "What's wrong with?" Jovia said, "I want to call and report something to you." "Say it." Jovia hurriedly said, "That's right. Yesterday Junwei Gao and Fredman both ran to my grandfather's clinic and asked him for treatment. My grandfather didn't know that Fredman had offended you, so he almost gave him the half of the medicine you gave him last time." Charlie asked curiously, "Why? Does your family have a good relationship with Fredman? How could your grandfather give him such a precious medicine?" Charlie knew very well in his heart that in Tianqi's mind, the magic medicine he gave was regarded as a treasure, and it was as important as fate. No one will give such an important thing to someone who doesn't know or has a normal relationship. Jovia hurriedly said, "My grandfather and Fredman's father were like brothers. The two have a relationship for many years, so the two also have a relationship for many years." Having said that, Jovia told Charlie the causes and consequences of his grandfather and the Wilson family for so many years. After Charlie heard it, he realized that the Wilson family was actually the benefactor who helped Tianqi back then. And Tianqi's ability to repay the kindness of Wilson's family for so many years because of a little favor back then made him somewhat admired. What made him more satisfied was that Tianqi was able to distinguish right from wrong, and for his own sake, he did not hesitate to break with the Wilson family. Although Charlie is the young master of Eastcliff's top family, he left the family with his father when he was very young and ran around to survive. After his father died unexpectedly, he could only survive in the orphanage and tasted the warmth of the world. It was also in the orphanage that Charlie developed the character of knowing and repaying kindness. Aunt Lena from the orphanage helped him. Even if she suffered all the insults, sarcasm and personal attacks from the Wilson family, he asked the old Mrs. Wilson for help and loaned money to Aunt Lena to treat her illness. Claire helped him, and even if she couldn't look down on the poor Wilson family, and his wonderful pair of fathers-in-law, he would not leave Claire. It is precisely because he is the person who knows the gratitude that he has a better impression of Tianqi. It seems that Tianqi will surely become his loyal follower in the future. Since Tianqi is so loyal, he should give him a little advantage. Thinking of this, Charlie decided to go to Tianqi's clinic in the afternoon and give him another medicine that he refined last time. That time, Charlie refined 30 medicines in one go. Santa gave away medicines, and more than 20 medicines are still with him. For so many years because of a little favor back then made him somewhat admired. What made him more satisfied was that Tianqi was able to distinguish right from wrong, and for his own sake, he did not hesitate to break. Moreover, Charlie also hoped to let people like Orus Hill know that he was a person with distinct rewards and punishments. You must be punished if you do bad things. However, if it is done, it is even more rewarding. Tianqi did a good job this time, so he will go to reward him in the afternoon with the magic medicine he dreamed of. So Charlie asked Jovia, "Is your grandpa in clinic this afternoon?" "Yes." Jovia asked excitedly, "Mr. Wade, are you coming?" Charlie gave a hum, and said, "I'll go over and take a look this afternoon." "Great, Mr. Wade." Jovia cheered and said, "Then I will tell Grandpa now, he must be very excited." After finishing the kitchen, Charlie just came out and saw that Claire was ready to go out, so he asked, "Wife, are you going to the studio?" Claire shook her head and said, "Mom called me and said that she has a friend who wants to renovate a villa and wants me to pick up this list. I'm going to check it out." Charlie asked hurriedly, "Which villa area?" Claire said, "The villa is right by the river." Charlie smiled and said, "That's right, you can drop me off at clinic, I'll go to see the genius Dr. Tianqi." Claire asked in surprise, "Are you going to see the genius Dr. Tianqi?" "Or I will be with you too. Let's buy something by the way and visit this old master." Claire was very grateful to Tianqi, because she always felt that it was Tianqi who rejuvenated and cured her father's high paraplegia. Charlie smiled and said, "You don't have to worry about it. You can take care of your affairs when you take me to the place. I can go to see the genius doctor." Claire said, "That's not appropriate." Charlie smiled and said, "There is nothing inappropriate. Besides, the genius doctor has a weird character. Let's go together. People may not be happy." As soon as Claire heard this, he nodded and said, "All right, then you go first. If possible, make an appointment with the genius Dr. Tianqi, and let us treat him to dinner. It is good." The couple went out together. Claire drove Charlie to the direction outside the city. Passing by clinic, Charlie got out of the car and told Claire to drive carefully, and walked into the gate of clinic. Tianqi was in the clinic to see a doctor at this time. When he saw Charlie coming in, he was suddenly excited, got up to greet him, and said, "Mr. Wade, you are here.